Hello, everybody. Intuition here. Thank you, as always, for making time and space for us. Today, we have a fun and interesting topic of conversation, and that is how to pleasure yourself with intention, spiritually, in a more evolved, conducive way to enable you to continue to be in touch with all it is that you are and not blow yourself out into all it is that you're not. So, before we get into this, there's some things that are important to be in awareness of that are going to seem disconnected and going to seem very strange. But we assure you that it'll all hopefully make sense, and if not, then, you continue to understand things in the way that you continue to understand things. And there's no harm or wrong in that. So, first and foremost, I know this seems disconnected, but our divine love, the one in which is our soul pairing, where it is that we come from before we fell into density, is here with us. You may have heard our video in which we talked about what angels are, and if not, we encourage you to listen to that video. But in that video, we discuss how angels are not really angels. There is no such thing as we understand angels to be, that angels are significant others that have followed us in, so to speak, into density. However, it is not that they followed us into density. In our other video, separate from what are angels, we discussed what sex is, and we discussed how where it is that we come from, how we entangle our energy is by giving some of our energy to our significant other, and then therefore they give us some of their energy. So when we came down into density, we brought them down with us. A little bit of them, a little quarter of them, so to speak, but they are still here within us. They're not us. It is not like the other aspect of ourselves that other individuals call our higher selves. It is more of the idea that our divine love is still our divine love. They are separate from us. However, we are holding on to an aspect of their energy, and they then therefore are always with us right here in the experience. However, we are not aware of them because we have a million different voices going on in our heads. And so then therefore that gets in the way of us being able to distill what it is that they're sharing with us. But we're going to give a very brief synopsis of what that means, because we could spend all day on our significant others because we love them so much. And we say that in quotations because there is no such thing as love in the way that we understand it to be. But for this, we will say that we love them so much, and we could talk about them all day long. However, we are not going to talk about them all day long. We are going to talk about them in the sense of you understanding how to pleasure yourself in a more spiritual endeavor, in a more spiritual way than the way that you have been pleasing yourself. Because for many of us, we please ourselves through the personality lens, and the personality lens and filter will lead us into many different conundrums that do not allow us to get in touch with our true significant other that is literally, truly just sitting right there. It's kind of awkward that we're looking at all these sites or all these pictures or all these videos with people positioned in different positions and ways, and yet our divine partner is literally just sitting right there, having nothing to do. So when we discuss the idea of how to pleasure yourself spiritually, what we mean is get your partner that is sitting right there involved. They're right there. Might as well put them to use, so to speak, literally and figuratively. And again, we will not go into the whole thing because it takes away from the topic in which we are discussing. But your divine love is on your left side. They encompass your whole left side. That is why they have your heart. They encompass your heart. They encompass your left side. That is why, for many of us that have the dominant hand, which is the right side of us, that is why the right side does everything for the left side. It is not that the left side is inferior or dumb or stupid or silly. It is the idea that we like to do everything for our divine love, our significant other, because that's just the kind of gentleman, gentlewoman that we are. We are more identified with our dominant side. So if that is your right side, then that is your right side. If that is your left side, then that is your left side. Well, I'm ambidextrous. You cheeky son of a gun, you. Well, if you're ambidextrous, then we will say that you, even you, I'm sure, have more of a dominant, more of a stronger side. Everybody has more of a stronger side, literally, physically, in their body. So, sometimes you shift your weight more on one side of your body than the other. So, then therefore, that would be your more dominant side, and your divine love encompasses the other aspect of yourself, the non-dominant side. And so, therefore, we encourage you, when you are trying to please yourself in that manner, that you don't please yourself at all. Stop pleasing yourself. Gross, ew. Especially when your divine love is sitting right there. We suggest you to start engaging with the non-dominant hand, because that is your significant other. Your significant other comes through you from your left side. Again, it is not that the left side is dumb because I don't use it as much, or it's not able or capable to do certain things. It is the idea that you preemptively just want to do everything for that other side. And that other side can do everything that your dominant side can do. But if you look at it, if you really watch it, it just does it in a very, very different way than your dominant side. Almost like it's not even connected to you. Almost like it's a different side of you completely. Oh. So then therefore, the idea is, when you're going to please yourself, the best way to do it is to get your significant other involved, and that is by using your left, or for the others who are more left-sided, using your right side, your non-dominant side, to pleasure yourself. And allow that to take lead. Get out of your head and allow your hand to do whatever it is that it wants to do, wherever it is that it leads you. Maybe it's not going to rush to the business right away. Maybe it's going to caress your face or slap you around a little bit for not allowing you to, for not involving that aspect sooner. But whatever it is that left side does, allow it to do whatever it is that it needs to do, simply by getting out of your head, getting out of your right side, and giving your non-dominant side a little bit more freedom to do what it needs to do, because it is right there. So you engage in pleasuring yourself in a more spiritual way by allowing the involvement of your divine significant other into the play of what it is that you're doing, and your divine significant other will be more than excited to join in on the fun, but you have to relax and let go. An individual asked about how to hold yourself off from the climactic event. And the easiest way to do that is by allowing your left hand to be in control. Because when you allow your left hand to be in control, you let go. You are no longer in control, and that is usually what gets in the way of the climactic event happening maybe sooner than it is that you would like it to happen. But in you letting go and just acting like nothing is happening, but something is happening, then therefore it allows for the experience, for that climactic experience to be held off a little bit longer, or to be held off completely. If you are able to hold off completely, then you are getting into more of a better concert with your divine significant other. And then therefore that will help you in all areas of your life, because you will be able to work with her more, her, him, however you identify your significant other to be. You will be able to work with them in a more concerted way, in a more of a beautiful dance than it is you just domineering and not being chivalrous at all, just being toxic a toxic feminine or a toxic masculine, because again, your divine significant other is just sitting right there and you are just taking over like a control freak. So let go, allow that other aspect of yourself, that other side of yourself, to be in attunement with you, and you are in attunement with it by letting go, because you are always in control and you never allow that other side of yourself to be in control. And this is one of the easiest, funnest times to allow that aspect of yourself to be in control. So we encourage you again to get in touch with your divine love, with your divine soulmate. She, he, they, whatever the hell you want to identify them as, is sitting right there, just in your non-dominant side. So all you need to do is let go and allow your hand to go in the direction that feels the most right. And it might not make sense. Well, I'm sitting down for a sole purpose, and yet my left hand is fiddling with my hair. Well, allow it to fiddle with your hair. It's been a while. Maybe that's what that aspect of yourself needs to get in the mood. And maybe that will get you in the mood, but you wouldn't know, because you've been operated by your more dominant side for so long that you forgot what it is that you like. You know your significant other knows you very, very well. Maybe even better than you know yourself, since you've been outside of yourself for so long. So they might teach you a thing or two. So we encourage you to explore this. And again, if you hear this and you say, what the hell are you talking about intuition? Then this isn't for you. Please proceed to go somewhere else with what it is that you think would be most appropriate for you to engage in. However, if you're a little curious, we encourage you to try it out. You will be surprised. And if you're not, then we invite you to let go of your expectations and let go of the control, because that's usually what it is that gets in the way of you getting in touch with your divine significant other that is sitting right there, even right now. Hate to creep you out, but you're not the only one watching this video. Your divine significant other is sitting right next to you, listening to it as well, tittering, laughing, potentially in your discomfort. So we invite you to explore yourself with your divine significant partner. And we hope that you find pleasure in the most unexpected ways. We wish you well, and thank you as always for making time and space for us.